Hey guys, tonight we're going to tuck ourselves under a blanket of stars and explore something really important: the magical power of positive thoughts right before you drift off to sleep. Picture this: the moon is peeking through your window like it's checking in on you. Your blankets are perfectly tangled, and the hum of nighttime is whispering soft lullabies outside. That quiet, it's yours. But let's be honest, your brain didn't exactly get the memo that bedtime means relaxing. Nope, it's probably reviewing every weird thing you said at lunch, stressing about tomorrow's spelling quiz, or wondering if you brushed your teeth long enough to avoid cavities and eternal dentist shame. You're not alone. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And hey, drop your city and the local time in the comments. I want to see where in the world all you sleepy stargazers are tuning in from. No, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. You curl deeper into your pillow, and slowly the buzz of the day fades. But what's that heavy thing you've been carrying? It's not your backpack that got flung in the corner hours ago. It's those big feelings, the ones too large to fit neatly into your 8-year-old or 10-year-old or 12-year-old self. Maybe something didn't go quite right today. Maybe someone hurt your feelings, or maybe, for reasons you can't even explain, your chest just feels tight, like there's an invisible elephant tiptoeing across your heart. Let's take a breath together, in and out. Tonight, your only job is to let those big feelings take a nap too. Because guess what? Even grown-ups don't know what to do with them half the time. They just get better at hiding them under coffee and pretending to understand tax forms. You're allowed to feel everything: angry, embarrassed, proud, silly, frustrated, joyful, all of it. Your heart is like a big, beautiful museum. Each feeling is an exhibit, and none of them are wrong. But you don't need to tour them all tonight. Not now. Now is when we close the museum doors, just for a little while. Here's a fun fact to rest your head on. Ancient Greeks used to believe that emotions came from different organs. Anger, that lived in the liver. Love, definitely in the heart. Confusion, oh, that's all spleen, baby. Historians still argue whether they truly believed this, or just needed a way to explain why people acted bonkers under full moons. But modern science agrees on one thing: naming a feeling helps tame it. So, if you're feeling wobbly, just whisper it to yourself. I feel sad. I feel excited. I feel like a nervous cupcake. Totally valid. Once it's named, it doesn't have to roar quite so loud. And here's something wildly comforting. You don't have to fix anything tonight. You don't have to become smarter, cooler, or more perfect. Yes, you don't have to replay any conversations or win any imaginary arguments. Spoiler alert, you'll win them all in your head anyway. You're here. You made it through the day. You brushed your teeth or tried. That's enough. Let's do something silly. Imagine you're holding a balloon, a giant one, filled with all the extra thoughts buzzing around your brain. See its color? Maybe it's rainbow or glittery gold, or shaped like a confused llama. Now slowly, slowly, open your fingers and let it float up, higher, higher, until it vanishes past the ceiling and out into the sky. Whoosh, gone. Feels better, right? Let's pause and remember this. You're not your worst moment today. You're not even your weirdest moment today, and we both know what that was. You're a whole galaxy of thoughts, feelings, dreams, and dorky dance moves. You are more than enough, even if all you did today was show up. Once, long ago, a Roman emperor named Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal that the happiness of your life dawns upon the quality of your thoughts. And yes, he had to deal with wars and plague and people wearing way too many togas, but he still believed in bedtime brain hygiene. And so, as you lie there, warm and safe, remind yourself, I did my best today. My feelings matter. I deserve rest. I am safe. I am enough. You don't have to say them out loud. Just think them gently, like you're tucking them under a tiny blanket in your mind. Tomorrow will come. You'll wake up and do the whole life thing again. But tonight is about rest and self-kindness, and maybe dreaming about swimming in a pool filled with marshmallows and 0 adult responsibilities. And if one more thought tries to crash the party, just tell it, not now, brain. The museum is closed. Hey, don't forget you tripped in front of everyone at lunch. Let's thank it for its concern and gently put it on airplane mode. This section is your bedtime bubble wrap, because no matter what the world felt like today, noisy, confusing, unpredictable, you are safe. Right here, right now, inside this cozy cocoon of blankets and breathing. Let's paint a picture. Imagine your bed isn't just a bed, it's a ship. A magical floating fortress made of clouds and moonbeams. Every blanket is a shield. Every pillow is a lookout tower. The walls of your room, they're strong, like medieval castle strong. And your breathing? That's your secret security system. Inhale, exhale, no dragons allowed. The world can wait. The to-do lists, the schoolyard dramas, the mystery of why adults always say, we'll see. All of it gets to hang out in the hallway while you rest in peace here, wrapped up like a sleepy burrito. Here's a fun fact to rest your head on. Ancient Greeks used to believe that emotions came from different organs. Anger, that lived in the liver. Love, definitely in the heart. Confusion, oh, that's all spleen, baby. Historians still argue whether they truly believed this, or just needed a way to explain why people acted bonkers under full moons. Here's a whisper of truth. You deserve to feel safe, even if your day was messy, even if someone yelled, even if the news felt scary, even if your grown-ups seemed upset, even if your best friend was less than best today. None of that lives in this space. Your breath builds a wall, a gentle one, like a jelly dome. Nothing bad gets through. Let's try it. Breathe in. Feel your ribs stretch gently, like wings unfolding. Breathe out. Let the weight drop out of your body like a stone sinking into a quiet pond. Good. Here's something else, so you might not have been told today. You are allowed to rest, even if everything's not perfect, even if you didn't get everything done, even if your socks don't match or your room looks like a laundry volcano erupted. Your safety isn't something you have to earn. It's yours. When you close your eyes, imagine a light, soft and golden, like late afternoon sunshine, glowing in your chest. That's your center. That's your calm. That's your me zone. And nobody gets to mess with it. Even on your busiest, most overwhelmed days, that glowing light is always there. Like a lighthouse shining through your thoughts. Some nights it flickers a bit. That's okay. It never goes out completely. Quirky fact: in medieval times, people believed that sleeping on your left side helped your heart. But if you rolled onto your right, they thought you were more likely to get nightmares. No science to back it up, but hey, people were scared of broccoli back then too. So if your body wants to flop around and burr it, roll itself 5 times before settling, go ahead. There's no wrong way to be cozy. Let's build a little bedtime mantra, just a tiny whisper in your mind. I am safe. My bed is a soft, still place. I can let go now. My body knows how to rest. Say those to yourself if the shadows feel long or the silence feels too loud. Because here's a sleepy little secret. Most things that feel scary at night don't survive the morning light. They fade like fog when the sun peeks in. That strange creak, probably your house stretching. That flicker by the curtain, just a car passing or the wind showing off. And even if your heart skips or your breath quickens, guess what? You're still okay. Your body is just checking in, doing its thing, like an overprotective puppy. Let it settle. Remind it, we're safe, we're warm, we're allowed to rest. Remember the imaginary balloon from before? Let's do it again. This time, imagine it's filled with every small worry from today. Homework, test scores, friend stuff, at if I said something weird moments. Let it rise, rise, rise. Pop, Gone. You're lighter now. Here's your bedtime badge of honor. You made it to this moment. You showed up for yourself. That's brave. That's kind. That's enough. And hey, if anyone ever tells you that needing comfort makes you too sensitive, just remind them that even NASA spacesuits have extra padding. Strong doesn't mean hard. Safe doesn't mean boring. So tonight, feel how your breath moves gently like ocean waves. Feel how the mattress supports you like a hammock made of stars. Feel how, no matter what, you are wrapped in care. Let your fingers loosen. Let your jaw unclench. Let your thoughts float by like clouds that forgot their weather report. You are safe. You are safe. You are safe. Your breathing is slower now, your body heavier, the kind of heavy that means the day is finally loosening its grip. Your toes feel soft and far away. Your hands are curled up like sleepy kittens. And in this cocoon of calm, there's something quietly shining inside you, your heart. It's been through a lot today, hasn't it? A roller coaster of big emotions. Maybe you felt left out at recess, or maybe you laughed so hard at lunch that milk came out of your nose. Legendary. Either way, your heart has been busy, so let's give it a gentle high five and remind it of something important. Your heart knows how to shine. It doesn't have to do anything flashy. No big speeches, no perfect grades. It shines in the smallest, most powerful ways, like when you help someone without being asked, when you remembered to say thank you, when you tried to be kind, even if your brain was a grumpy bowl of oatmeal. Let's zoom out for a second. Did you know the human heart beats out 100,000 times a day? That's like a tiny drummer working overtime just for you. It pumps blood, carries oxygen, and even responds to your emotions. When you're excited, it thumps like a marching band. When you're scared, it taps out warning signals. When you're relaxed, like right now, it hums a soft lullaby. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. And get this, there's a debate among historians and doctors about whether ancient Chinese medicine understood the emotional role of the heart centuries before modern science caught up. Some say yes, some say no, but either way, your heart has always been more than a muscle. It's your emotional compass, your glow stick in the dark. Because sometimes your brightest moments happen when nobody's watching. You don't need a stage to matter. Your kindness counts, even when it's invisible. You know that feeling you get when you hold the door open for someone, or let your little sibling win just once, or notice a kid sitting alone and smile at them? That's your heart's pining. No spotlight, no applause, just you, quietly turning the world a little softer. And that kind of soft, that's power. Let's do a little heart light visualization together. Ready? Close your eyes unless you already did, overachiever. Now imagine a soft light, maybe pink, maybe golden, maybe glittery purple, right at the center of your chest. With every breath in, it glows a little brighter. With every breath out, it pulses gently outward, like ripples in water. This light is your care, your empathy, your giggles, your bravery, your quiet moments of trying again when things felt hard. You don't need to fix the world tonight. You don't need to win anything. All you have to do is keep that little glow safe and warm. Back in 13th century Japan, samurai believed in something called kokoro, which meant heart-mind. They believed your emotions and thoughts weren't separate, they were a team. That when your heart was centered, your actions would be strong. Historians still argue whether that idea came more from Zen monks or battlefield strategy. Either way, poetic. So tonight, we're feeding your kokoro. Let's whisper again. My thoughts and feelings are a team. I trust my heart. I am allowed to rest without fixing everything first. You've done enough for today. You've smiled enough, tried enough, learned enough. Even if your brain tells you otherwise, your heart knows the truth. Remember when someone dropped their pencil and you picked it up for them? That matters. Remember when you didn't get picked first, but you still played your best. That matters. Remember when you forgave someone, even if it was hard. That glowed like fireworks inside you. Even if no one else saw it, your heart did, and it's proud of you. So, what if tomorrow's tricky again? What if someone says something that hurts, or you mess up, or you get nervous before a test? You'll still shine, because that glow isn't about being perfect. It's about staying kind, curious, and open-hearted, even when things are wobbly. Let's imagine that tomorrow for a second. Not in a stressful way, just a peek. You wake up. Your sheets are all twisted because you slept like a tornado. Your hair looks like it's trying to leave your head, and you glance in the mirror and say, "Yep, still me." But this time, you remember this moment, the softness, the glowing heart, the feeling that you don't have to carry the whole world, just your own light. That's enough. Let's seal that in with one more breath. Inhale. Let the light expand to your arms. Exhale. Let it wrap around your whole body. Inhale. Feel peace. Exhale. Feel warm. Your heart is quiet now, but it's still glowing, always glowing. And no matter how weird or loud or wild the day gets, that light stays with you. because your heart, it knows exactly how to shine. So now you're here, your body melting deeper into the bed, your mind beginning to float like a leaf on a slow river. And it's time to talk about something people often get hilariously wrong: bravery. See, most folks think being brave is some dramatic, action-packed thing, like slaying dragons, jumping out of planes, or standing up in front of a crowd and giving a flawless speech with no spinach in your teeth. But real bravery, it's much quieter, much smaller. And you've done brave things today, probably without even noticing. Bravery is getting up and going to school when you didn't feel like it. It's telling the truth when it would have been easier to fib. It's trying again after failing, even if your cheeks turned red and your stomach did the cha-cha. It's speaking up or staying silent when your heart tells you what's right. You don't need a cape. You don't need theme music. You just need you, your voice, your breath, your choice to keep going, one gentle step at a time. Fun fact: in ancient Rome, bravery was called virtus, and it didn't just mean being strong in battle. It meant living with integrity even when no one was watching. It meant doing the right thing when it wasn't cool or easy. It meant being a good human. Historians still argue whether the Romans actually practiced this, or just liked the sound of the word carved in marble. Humans are complicated. So let's think back on your day. What small act of bravery showed up? Maybe you raised your hand even though your voice felt shaky. Maybe you stood next to someone who was alone. Maybe you asked for help. Spoiler, that's one of the bravest things you can do. And even if today felt like a mess, if you spilled juice, or tripped over nothing, or forgot your lines in the play, guess what? You still showed up. And showing up is a radical act of courage. Now, let's do a little bravery breath together. Not the "I must fight a lion" kind, the gentle kind. The kind that reminds your body it's safe even if your thoughts are zooming. Inhale, feel your chest rise like it's collecting strength. Hold just for a second. Exhale, let the tension melt down your arms, into the bed, into the earth. Good. Now let's build a bravery mantra. Repeat silently after me. I can do hard things. Even when I'm scared, I keep going. Bravery can be quiet. My courage is growing. Now here's a quirky tidbit. Some Viking warriors believed that being afraid in battle was totally normal. They'd even talk about it around the fire the night before. But they had a phrase for going anyway, to go forward with shaking hands. So even warriors knew that trembling didn't cancel out courage, and neither does yours. Your bravery shows up every time you admit you're nervous, every time you try something new, every time you say, "I don't get it," or I need a break, or that hurt my feelings. Brave isn't loud, brave is real. Let's imagine a tiny animal now, a little hedgehog maybe. He's scared to come out of his cozy little burrow. The wind is loud, and everything feels bigger than him. But he peeks his nose out. Just a little. Then one paw. Then another. That's bravery. Even if he goes back in for a nap afterward, still counts. And you're that hedgehog, poking your nose out into the unknown, moment by moment, with kindness, with softness, with messy hair and unmatched socks and all. Let's imagine you carry your bravery in your pocket. Maybe it looks like a smooth stone, or a tiny origami lion, or a scribbled note that says, "You've got this." Whatever it is, it's there, even on days when you forget it. Let's whisper this together now. I carry courage inside me. Even small, brave things matter. My bravery helps others feel safe too. And just between us, being brave also includes knowing when to rest, when to cry, when to say, "This is enough for now." The world can wait. There's no trophy for overdoing it. So tonight, while you rest, your bravery gets to rest too. It stretches out beside you like a sleepy puppy, tail wagging in its dreams, proud of all the small, mighty things you did today. And tomorrow, your bravery will be right there with you, soft, steady, shimmering, ready for whatever you face next. No dragons required. You've done a lot of quiet growing today. Even if it didn't feel like it, even if you felt stuck or clumsy or like the day just didn't fit quite right. But here's a wild, brain-tingling truth that most people forget. Mistakes are just proof you're growing. Let that sink in. You tripped over your words during reading time. Growth. You knocked over your water bottle in front of everyone. Growth. You forgot your homework, spilled paint on your shirt, or accidentally told your teacher, "Mom." Yup. Growth. That stuff, it's not failure. It's a signal that your brain is stretching, trying, taking little wobbly steps forward, because you don't grow by getting everything right. You grow by getting stuff wrong and learning what to do next. Now, before you spiral into flashbacks of every mistake ever, here's a quirky story to carry into your dreams. Albert Einstein, yes, that Einstein, the E equals MC something guy, didn't speak fluently until he was around 4 years old. And why? Oh, so uncommon. Yep, Einstein, genius hair, and didn't get in. Historians still argue whether it was the math section or the French essay that tripped him up, but still iconic. Mistakes aren't proof you're broken, they're proof you're building. Let's imagine this. Your mind is like a video game. Every mistake, that's experience points. XP. The more XP you rack up, the better you get. No one plays a new level perfectly the first time. If you do, you're probably secretly a robot. So here's your permission slip for bedtime. You're allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to mess up, say the wrong thing, or forget the rules sometimes. You're allowed to not be perfect, because perfect is boring. Perfect doesn't try. Perfect doesn't laugh when it falls down. It panics and hides. But you're the opposite of that. You're real, human, soft around the edges, like a favorite stuffed animal that's been hugged too many times, and way more lovable for it. Let's take a breath for all the awkward things you lived through today. Inhale, like you're gathering all the cringe. Hold it gently. Exhale, like you're blowing it all into a balloon and letting it float far, far away. Bye, awkward moment at math circle. Let's say this together, quietly in your mind. I am learning every day. My mistakes help me grow. I forgive myself for today's missteps. I don't have to be perfect to be amazing. Here's another strange but true fact. In medieval Europe, when people made mistakes in manuscripts, those super fancy handwritten books, they didn't throw them away. They decorated the mistake, literally turned it into art. A tiny snail with a sword, that was probably covering a spelling error. A dancing squirrel, hiding a smudge. Scribes really had a vibe. So, next time you mess up, imagine drawing a tiny battle snail next to it. Boom, handled. Mistakes can be funny. They can be surprising. Sometimes they lead you somewhere you didn't expect, somewhere better. Have you ever started a drawing, messed it up, and ended up turning it into something even cooler? A lopsided circle becomes a smiling potato. A weird scribble becomes a spaceship. That's mistake magic. That's you, adapting, innovating, growing. And bedtime is when your brain starts sorting all that out. Tonight, while you sleep, your neurons will be buzzing quietly, rewiring, learning, storing lessons from the day. And you'll wake up slightly wiser, just from resting. So, if you're lying there thinking about the weird thing you said, or the grade you didn't love, or how your voice cracked during chorus, let it go, truly. Toss it into the balloon. Decorate it with a cartoon frog wearing sunglasses. Let it float into the night sky, where all the day's messes go to rest. You are not your mistakes. You are your intentions. You are your growth. You are your spark. Let's whisper a final mantra for tonight. I honor how I tried. I forgive how I failed. I welcome the lessons. I am proud of my progress. You won't notice it all at once. Growth is sneaky. It tiptoes in while you're busy being you. But it's happening, even now, even here. Even while your eyelids grow heavier and your thoughts slow down like a sleepy carousel. Mistakes aren't the end of the story. They're the start of something new. And tomorrow, you'll wake up a little taller. Not in inches, but in spirit. You're sinking even deeper now. That lovely kind of sleepy where you forget where your arms are and your thoughts start swimming in soft little loops. But before you drift off completely, there's one more truth to tuck into your heart like a favorite stuffed animal. You belong exactly as you are. Not once you fix everything, not if you do everything right, not when you're cooler, funnier, or taller, right now, in this exact moment. Pajamas, tangled hair, leftover toothpaste on your cheek, you belong. Belonging doesn't mean you always feel like you fit in. Let's be honest, sometimes people are confusing, and social stuff feels like trying to read a book where half the words are upside down. Maybe someone didn't invite you today. Maybe someone rolled their eyes or laughed when you spoke up. Maybe you felt invisible. But the weird thing is, you can belong even when you feel alone. Because belonging isn't about being perfect for others. It's about being connected, and the world already has a spot for you. It was carved out the day you were born, and no one else can fill it. Not better, not faster, not louder, just you. Fun historical detour? In ancient Celtic culture, every person was believed to be born with a soul name, a secret identity that tied them to nature, the stars, and their purpose. They belonged even if they didn't achieve anything yet. Just existing meant they were a vital part of the whole. Historians still argue whether these names were spoken aloud or kept private, but either way, it's kind of beautiful. Let's pause here. Think of something you love, maybe your pet, your favorite blanket, or a tree outside your window. Now ask yourself, does it have to earn your love? Nope, you just love it, the same way the world feels about you, even when you can't see it. Let's build a little mantra, okay? I am enough, just as I am. I don't have to change to belong. I am part of something bigger. I matter, even when I feel small. You are part of a story, a wide, sparkling constellation of people, ideas, memories, and dreams. Some of them you haven't even met yet. But your place is waiting, and you don't have to fight for it. Let's do a quick imagination exercise. Picture a huge jigsaw puzzle, thousands of tiny, weirdly shaped pieces. Some are bright, some are cloudy, some are shaped like potatoes. Sure, why not? Now, imagine someone trying to force a piece into the wrong spot. Doesn't fit. It wasn't made for that space. But your piece, it clicks into place, smooth, right, satisfying. That's you in this world. And guess what? Even if people don't always see how well you fit, that doesn't change the truth. You were made to belong, not to every group or moment, but to the right ones. The real ones, the ones where you don't have to shrink or stretch or glue on a fake smile. Even trees get this. Redwoods in California grow so tall they touch the fog. But underground, their roots are shallow, only about 12 feet deep. So how do they spear of Kite standing? They connect. Their roots stretch out and tangle with other trees around them. They hold each other up. People are like that too. You don't have to stand tall alone. You can lean, reach, connect. You don't need to do everything yourself. Let's say it again, gently. I don't have to be perfect to belong. My real self is welcome. I can rest in my place in the world. And if you're still thinking about today, how someone said something unkind, or how you felt left behind, just know this: that moment wasn't your whole story. It was a single scene, and your story, it's long, rich, winding, and still unfolding. You'll meet new people. You'll find new spaces. You'll look back one day and realize the ones who really saw you were worth waiting for. Tonight, while you rest, imagine a gentle thread wrapping softly around you, connecting you to all the people who've ever felt like they didn't fit, but kept going anyway. Artists, explorers, scientists, storytellers, quiet kids, weird kids, wild dreamers. You're in that family now. You are not alone. You never were. The world is wide. The sky is vast. And somewhere in that big, beautiful everything, there's a quiet little place that only you can fill. And you're already in it. You've been growing softer with each breath, like butter on warm toast. Your mind is starting to float in slow, dreamy spirals. And now it's time to talk about something wild, wonderful, and completely yours. Your imagination. Your imagination builds worlds. It doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't need instructions. It just goes. It creates whole universes in the time it takes to blink. Pizza planets, invisible cities, a school where every desk is a trampoline. Your brain's been designing all this under your nose. And tonight, we're going to let it stretch its legs. Want to know something fun? Before Nikola Tesla became a famous inventor, he used to lie awake at night as a kid and imagine entire machines. Not just simple ones, complex, moving, whirring inventions with gears and wires. In his head, no paper, just pure brain power. Historians still argue whether this was daydreaming or early genius engineering, but either way, it worked. You have that same kind of magic right now. And it doesn't matter if you're 8 or 10 or 12 or somewhere in between. Age has nothing on imagination. Let's play with it. Right now, picture a world where gravity is optional. You can bounce through the air like a moon kangaroo. Every cloud is flavored: strawberry, cotton candy, banana bread. Trees hum lullabies when the wind tickles their branches. The sun wears sunglasses and winks at you. In this place, you ride a flying turtle to school. The turtle's name is Gloria. She's 400 years old and tells the best jokes. Your backpack floats behind you like a balloon. Tests, they're just riddles told by giggling ghosts. Recess lasts forever. Can you see it? That's your imagination working its quiet magic. And here's the cool part. Your imagination isn't just for dreams and doodles. It helps you solve problems. It helps you understand others. It helps you try new things, even when you're nervous. Your brain is like a flashlight. It can shine on facts and figures and glowing unicorn forests, all in the same breath. There's a theory, still debated by psychologists, that kids who engage in more imaginary play grow up to be better problem solvers. Not because they know more facts, but because their minds can twist and shape and adapt when things don't go as planned. That's called mental flexibility. You've got it. Let's build a bedtime dreamscape together. Close your eyes, or let them get even heavier if they're already closed. Now, imagine you're standing at the edge of a glowing forest. The leaves shimmer with soft blue light. A path stretches before you, winding between candy-colored mushrooms and softly yawning trees. Each step you take is silent, like walking on clouds. In your pocket is a key, small, warm, and slightly glowing. What does it open? A treehouse? A portal? A library guarded by a talking fox in a velvet suit? Your imagination decides. Let's give your brain a little freedom to float tonight. Let it wander down corridors with upside-down ceilings, or meet creatures who speak in rhymes, or ride bicycles that turn into roller coasters when you giggle. You don't have to control the dream. Just watch it like a movie your brain made just for you. Here's a little mantra to whisper before you drift. My imagination is powerful. I can go anywhere in my mind. My dreams are safe and kind. I trust where my thoughts take me tonight. Even adults forget to imagine. They get stuck in grown-up routines and boring words like deadline and laundry. But you still see things. You notice the weird face in the bathroom tile. You invent songs while brushing your teeth. You name the pigeons outside your window. Yes, even the rude one. That's the kind of magic this world needs. So dream big tonight. Dream silly. Dream strange. Dream in colors that don't exist yet. Build castles made of marshmallows, or a bakery in space, or an underwater concert with whales on the drums. And remember, your imagination is a gift, a quiet superpower, something you don't outgrow, just upgrade. While you sleep, your brain will explore new ideas, sort through the day, and polish tomorrow's dreams until they gleam like stars. And even if you forget them in the morning, they'll still be there, floating somewhere in the corners of your mind, waiting to play again tomorrow night. Because inside you is an entire world, and that world, it's beautiful. By now, Your breath is a slow, steady wave. In, out, in, out. The world has gone quiet except for the gentle hum of nighttime and maybe the soft snores of a pet curled nearby, or the mysterious creaks of your house stretching like an old cat. But you're still awake, just barely. And that's perfect. Because tonight, I want you to remember something a lot of people forget, especially in a world that feels like it's always rushing. Even stars take time to shine. Yeah, stars, the big, burning, brilliant things that light up galaxies. They don't just pop into the sky like light bulbs. Some of them take millions of years to form. They gather dust and gas slowly, over time, until finally, boom, a star is born. And that's kind of like you. You're still forming, still building, still gathering pieces of yourself, some joyful, some weird, some confusing. And no, you don't have to know exactly who you are yet. You don't have to sparkle all the time. You just keep becoming. This is a saying of the ethermonitor of this past. There's a star's love. We are made of star stuff. That's not a metaphor, it's science. The atoms in your body, the calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, they were all formed inside dying stars billions of years ago. Historians can't argue this one. Space doesn't care about debates. So the next time you feel behind or like you're not doing enough fast enough, remember this. The universe literally took its time making you. Let's say that again in your mind. I am not in a hurry. Even stars need time. I am allowed to grow slowly. My light is coming. Maybe today felt like a blur. Maybe you couldn't keep up with everyone else. Maybe someone said you were too slow, too quiet, too behind. But you're not behind, you're becoming. And even though we love fast things, fast Wi-Fi, fast games, fast food, the best things, they take time, like trees, like friendships, like pizza dough. Let's not disrespect a slow rise crust. Like stars. Fun fact, there's a star named Betelgeuse. Yes, really, that scientists say is in the final stages of its life. One day, it's going to explode into a supernova. But for thousands of years, it's just been hanging out, doing its thing. And when it finally bursts, it might be so bright we'll see it in the daytime. That's a long time to wait, but what a payoff. Your own supernova moments are coming, not all at once, not according to someone else's timeline, but in your own time. Tonight, while you sleep, your body will keep growing. Your bones will stretch microscopically. Your muscles will rest and rebuild. Your brain will quietly sort through memories like a librarian shuffling books into the right shelves. No rush, no pressure, just gentle becoming. Let's try a little star body exercise. Ready? Picture yourself floating in space, cozy, not cold. You're wrapped in a soft suit made of moonlight. Around you, stars blink and swirl. You're weightless, peaceful, timeless. Now picture one of those stars, far away, but somehow connected to you. It pulses gently, not trying to outshine anything, just glowing softly, just existing. That's you. Let's breathe together. Inhale, feel the quiet power gathering inside you. Exhale, release the pressure to be there already. Inhale, slow, steady starlight. Exhale, you are enough. You might not see your own light clearly yet, but it's there. It's building. Every time you learn something new, or try again, or notice a detail no one else saw, that's part of your light. And when you compare yourself to others, when someone else seems shinier, faster, louder, remember, different stars shine at different times. Some twinkle, some blaze, some take forever to show up and are worth the wait. So, if you're growing slower than you hoped, or struggling in ways you don't quite understand, that's okay. Even stars go through messy, invisible phases before they shine. Let's whisper this just one more time. My journey is my own. I don't need to rush. My light is real, even if it's quiet. I am becoming something beautiful. Sleep is coming now. The kind of sleep that helps your starlight settle in for the night. No deadlines, no pressure, just rest. You don't have to do anything more today. Just drift, just dream, just be. Because even the stars rest before they rise. It's quiet now, not just around you, but inside you. Like someone turned the volume knob way down, and all the noisy thoughts that were bouncing off the walls have curled up like kittens and fallen asleep. And in this soft, silvery stillness, we're going to talk about something gentle and powerful. Kindness. The kind you give, the kind you receive, and maybe, most importantly, the kind you learn to offer yourself. Because here's the truth they don't always say out loud. Being kind isn't always easy. It takes guts. It takes patience. It takes choosing softness, even when everything around you feels pokey and rushed. But when you do it, you change things, not with fireworks, not with dramatic music swelling in the background, but in the quietest, most incredible ways. You say, "Hi," to someone sitting alone. That might be the kindest moment of their entire week. You help someone who dropped their books, even when no one else stopped. That sticks. You forgive yourself for saying the wrong thing at lunch. That's huge. Kindness is like planting a seed. You don't always see what it grows into, but you plant it anyway. Here's a curious historical nugget. In ancient Persia, people believed that kindness wasn't just a virtue, it was a cosmic responsibility. They called it Asha, meaning truth, order, and goodness. To be kind was to align yourself with the way the universe should be. Historians still debate how much this influenced later philosophies, but you can trace little echoes of it all through time. So yeah, when you're kind, even in small, tired, silly ways, you're literally helping the universe stay balanced. Let's say that again in your own mind. My kindness matters. Small kindness is still kindness. I can be kind to others and to myself. Now let's talk about that last one for a second. Being kind to yourself. That's the one we forget the most, isn't it? We say things in our own heads that we'd never say to someone else. That was so dumb. Did I say that? I'm the worst at this. I'll never get it right. But kindness doesn't stop at the edge of your skin. It keeps going inward. So tonight, you get to practice being your own friend, your own biggest fan. You don't have to wait for someone else to say the nice thing. You can say it to yourself. Try this. I messed up, and I'm still learning. I'm not perfect, and I don't need to be. I'm trying my best, and that's enough tonight. Because you've carried a lot today. Maybe some of it was invisible to others. Maybe no one saw how hard you tried, or how tired you were, or how brave it felt just to smile. But you know. Your heart knows. And tonight, that's enough. Let's imagine something. You're sitting on a soft hill under a tree. It's dusk. The sky is turning the kind of blue that makes you want to whisper. Fireflies blink in the grass. The tree above you gently leans down and hands you a glowing lantern. In the glass is a flickering flame. That's your kindness. It glows, even in the dark. Now look around. There are other lanterns in the distance, other people holding their own flickers of kindness, some brighter, some faint, all trying, all glowing. We're connected by that, quietly, sweetly. So let's whisper a kindness mantra before sleep wraps you up. I offer kindness even when it's hard. I forgive others and I forgive myself. My kindness helps the world grow softer. I am enough exactly as I am. Here's a funny fact to carry into your dreams. In Victorian England, people used to send each other vinegar valentines, little cards filled with humorous insults disguised as kindness. Like a 19th century roast session in rhyme, historians argue whether they were meant as jokes or full-on shade. Either way, hilarious. Let's agree to skip those. Let's go for real kindness. The kind that's a warm blanket, not a wet sock. Tonight, kindness doesn't have to fix anything. It doesn't have to be big. It can just be rest. The way you let your body relax, the way you let yourself drool. When you'll carry that softness with you, and maybe you'll help feel like they belong, like they're seen, like the day got a little gentler because you were in it. So sleep easy, glowing one. Your kindness is working. You're almost fully wrapped in the night now. Thoughts slowing, limbs melting, and your breath as soft as the whisper of wind through trees. But before we slide all the way into dreamland, let's talk about something that sticks with you even when nothing else does. Love, not just the kind you give to others, though that matters deeply, but the kind you carry inside you. The kind that doesn't depend on what grade you got today, or whether you remembered to feed the goldfish, or if someone complimented your drawing. Just love. Quiet, unshakable. Yours. You were born with it. It's like a secret light at the center of you, warm, constant, and surprisingly strong. No matter what happens in your day, it doesn't go out. It might flicker when you're sad or dim when you feel alone, but it's there, steady, always. There's a word for this kind of deep, unbreakable love in Sanskrit, Maitri. It means loving kindness, and not just for others, but for yourself too. Not love that says, I'll care about you once you fix everything, but love that says, I'm with you, always. And yes, historians still debate whether that word was used more in meditation or poetry, but either way, the meaning is powerful. So tonight, let's rest inside that feeling. You are loved. Even when you feel messy, you are loved. Even when you're unsure, you are loved. Even when you made mistakes, not for what you do, not for how well you perform, just for being you. And that love, it starts inside. Let's turn toward it now. Picture your heart again, quiet, glowing, pulsing. And now imagine it gently expanding with warmth, like a soft sun rising just behind your ribs. That's your love, and it doesn't need to be loud. It just is. Let's whisper this together. I am loved, deeply and fully. I carry love within me, always. My love matters, even when no one sees it. I rest tonight in that love. Think of someone you love, maybe a friend, a grandparent, a teacher, even a pet. Can you feel that flutter in your chest when you picture them smiling? That same light lives in you. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to earn it. It's not a prize, it's a presence. Even scientists have tried to explain it, how love physically warms the body, softens our nervous system, makes the heart beat more gently. They've mapped the effects of kindness and affection on the brain, and yet they still can't quite define love, because it's too big, too beautiful, too human. So, if you're lying there wondering, do I really matter? The answer is yes, always yes. On your best day, yes. On your roughest day, yes. Even now, as your eyelids grow heavier and your breath slows to a dreamy whisper, yes. Let's make a tiny love bubble around you. Imagine it as a soft glow, maybe golden, maybe lavender, maybe glittery silver. It wraps around your body like a blanket. Nothing too tight, just warm enough to say, you're safe, you're seen, you're held. And if any thoughts try to poke through, worries, regrets, awkward memories, gently press them back outside the bubble. They don't get to come in. Not tonight. Tonight is for love, for rest, for letting yourself be exactly as you are. Here's one last mantra for your heart to keep. I am worthy of love. I give love freely and receive it openly. My love adds light to the world. I let love hold me as I sleep. And here's a final quirky tidbit. In 19th century France, people used to send tiny pocket hearts, miniature padded fabric hearts, hand-stitched and full of good wishes. Kids tucked them under pillows or carried them in their coats for luck and comfort. Historians believe this tradition faded as technology replaced sentiment, but maybe it's time to bring it back. So consider this moment your pocket heart, this bedtime, this quiet breath, this gentle truth. You are loved fully, truly, endlessly. And as you drift into sleep, that love stays with you, even in dreams, even in silence, even in the softest part of the night.